Hello everybody, how are you guys? This is a video about Long Beach. Well, I do videos about different communities around California, the United States, the world, and this one is on Long Beach. And in this video we're going to talk about 3 of the worst music festivals in Long Beach. Now, Long Beach is a musical town, a creative town, and they have some fine music festivals, but here are 3 that just I'd avoid if I were you. It's up to you. Once you hear about them, you may agree or disagree. Get on the tweeter machine, get on the YouTuber, leave a comment, tell us what you think. So first one is the Yodeling Surfing Festival. So these are guys that are surfers that also yodel. Which, okay, there's all kinds of different strains of music and activities, and so, all right. But the problem is they yodel out there on the water when they're surfing. And then the fans, they sit on the beach, and they're like, are they yodeling? I can't hear a thing because the sound of the surf, passing ships, traffic from the nearby highway, planes going overhead, police helicopters, traffic helicopters, and crying babies. So basically the fans sit on the beach, sit on the bluffs overlooking the festival as the surfers come in, and imagine that they are yodeling. Now, I talked to the event organizer. They said, well, they're working on electronic, waterproof mics that will, of course, transmit the sound of their yodeling to speakers on the beach. But so far they haven't got the funding. It's, of course, a limited revenue available to have those kinds of, that kind of advances in technology. So until then, though, I don't know what to say, because you go there to hear the yodeling, you go there to hear them yodel while they're surfing, and yet you can't hear a thing. So I think what it is friends and family of the yodeling surfers go there to support them. And if you're a parent, I'm not a parent, but if you are, I think every parent can identify with trying to support their kid and their loved ones in what their activities are. And in this case, it's kind of an odd thing, but I'm guessing most of the people in the audience are family and friends trying to support, trying to give them that encouragement that we all need, even if we might think the family member's doing something a little wacky. So the other consideration is you get to watch the surfing. Okay, so if you're a surfing fan, of course, there's a lot of that in Southern California, then that's got some value right there. But it's just too bad that the yodeling can barely be heard, except when they come close to the shore and you're sitting up front. It's a dilemma. All right, the second one is the Coal Rolling Festival. So the Coal Rolling Festival in Long Beach so let's back up, explain coal rolling. So coal rolling is when a pickup truck owner modifies the diesel engine in such a way that it will, on demand, when they push a button or pull a lever, release excessive amounts of black sooty smoke. And so what coal rollers do is, it's basically a reaction to environmentalists. And, it's some kind of crazy statement like, yeah, well, I don't care about your crazy environmental rules and regulations. Look at me blowing smoky soot into the air, right? But what they'll do is and these are usually the giant pickups, you know what I mean? They'll roll up on a Prius and then get in front and then roll coal. They'll let that black sooty smoke just envelop the Prius or any kind of hybrid that they want to prank. It's basically a prank. Well, these guys have their own music festival in Long Beach. Now, there's other ones, but the Long Beach Coal Rolling Music Festival is, these pickup truck owners that want to have their own music festival. And so what they do is They don't have any stars. They don't have any country music. It's usually country music. that they're fans of and follow, which is great. I love it. But the problem is they can't afford any big stars because the thing about California is you don't have a lot of coal rolling types. Now, most of those country music coal rolling types, they're inland. Well, Long Beach is on the coast. And what do you have on the coast? You have surfer dudes, surfer girls, e-girls, e-boys. You got EDM fans. Now, there are some country music fans, and that's great. But the coal roller country music fan, there's about 5 trucks. There's about 5 trucks in Long Beach that are into coal rolling. So to have the festival, one of them has to play the music while the other 4 trucks line up in a semicircle fan fashion, right? And observe them playing the music. And they sit on the back, the music truck, they sit in the cab, or not the cab, the bed, right? And then they do their music from the back of the truck, and the other 4 trucks watch them. Now, what'll happen is if they get an upbeat song, a really hand pumping, sing it to the sky song, what they'll do is the 4 people in the audience in their trucks, they'll start driving around the music truck and start rolling coal on each other. So if you looked at it from a sky, you'd see a black circle, because this is where the trucks are going in a circle. They start rolling the coal, and of course it traces their movement. And from the air, it looks like some sort of ring of death is coming down from, or coming up maybe from hell, right? Because it's just billows out in a concentric circles as it goes out. But they love it. And so if it's for you, give it a go. I mean, I don't know about the rolling coal part. To me, it's a little too much. But I love country music, and they're country music fans. And so they've got that one cousin that can play the guitar. They get them on the back of one of those pickups, and the others just roll coal around them, and it's a lot of fun. But for me, it's one of the worst music festivals in town. So it's just not for me. So finally, the final of 3. So the final of 3 music festivals of the worst in Long Beach, and again, it's more of a affront to the musical taste of the city, these music festivals, because it's such a great music town, and they're trying to encourage good musicians, a good music scene, keep it solid, keep it healthy, and have a wide variety. But so far not so good on these 3. All right. So this is the Highway Heavy Metal Festival. The Highway Heavy Metal Festival is similar to the Coal Rollers in that it has an automotive bent. And if you've ever heard the Deep Purple song Highway to Hell, okay, it's from an album called Machine Head, which refers to the keys on a bass, or usually a bass guitar, but also a regular guitar. The other end with the keys on it is the machine head. Well, of course, it also refers to a gearhead that has a souped up muscle car that goes way too fast for them to be able to control it, has way too much technology that their ability can handle. But it doesn't matter. They want to get in there, they want to feel young again, or they are young. They're usually guys, they want to go fast, they want to play that heavy metal as loud as possible. So they worked it out with the city that they could do it on the freeway. And the reason for that is they were doing it in the city streets. They were playing their heavy metal as loud as possible coming out of their souped up muscle cars. And neighbors and residents said they couldn't sleep. So the city said, look, why don't you just do it on the freeway? You guys are all going to be driving around out there anyway like idiots. So play your lousy music as loud as you want out on the highway. We'll give you a pass for 1 day for the music festival. We won't arrest you. Just don't go crazy. And you can drive around the freeways in Long Beach. And so that's what they do, guys. They drive up and down the freeways, the highways and byways of Long Beach. There's like 70, 80 cars at one time and they all tune into the same heavy metal music station that sponsors the Heavy Metal Highway Festival. So that's really the gist of it. That's the whole thing. Now, how can you participate? Well, you have to like Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax. It helps if you like old heavy metal like Slaughter, okay? Those kind of bands. Even if you have a punk rock bent, like maybe you like that band The Vandals or one of those, that'll even work. But you just have to be sort of a rebel without a cause. And it helps if you like souped up Camaros, Grand Dams, all of those, Mustang, anything that has more power than you have the skills to handle, you'll fit right in. And then they tell you the heavy metal music station to tune into, and you crank those speakers as loud as you can, and this thumping, throbbing wave of heavy metal music comes down the pike in Long Beach, and they love it. They go crazy. Now, there are lots of heavy metal fans, and some of them line the route. They line the route with their radios tuned to this particular station, and they go crazy. Some people bang their heads so hard they have to go to the hospital. And in fact, a lot of doctors, a lot of regional emergency rooms have reported people coming in with bruises on their foreheads because they're just head banging, and they love it. And a lot of them have an imprint of the dashboard of a Camaro on their forehead from banging their head on their own car. Okay, some people have the shape of a steering wheel banged into their forehead because they're like rock, bang, 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 hitting their head on their own steering wheel. Okay, but they love it. You know, you just go to the hospital, you get some Advil, and you get some industrial strength Advil, and you're out of there. So, but to me, it's not a very good festival, guys. And so I put it on my list of 3 worst music festivals in Long Beach. Well, check it out. If you have a different opinion, let me know. Come on, let's communicate. Let's build this community and let everybody know how you feel, and we'll get a conversation going. Get on the Tweeter machine, get on the YouTuber, and we'll talk to you soon.